to the kings and queens and everybody in between. Welcome to the inaugural episode of the brand new Danny Morrison Media Show, a tentacle of my also brand new Bolster Black California network. I'm your host, media personality, content creator, and social activist Danny Morrison, and I'm honored to have you in the spot for this blessed occasion. Yes, blessed. Because I won't mince words in saying that God has given me the green light to bring you this show the same way in which he has given me his grace throughout my entire lifetime. Because in the words of the immortal Jay-Z, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. For those unaware, this show technically isn't a brand new show. It's a revamped edition of the media show that I've been doing different iterations of for approximately 7 years. But this will finally be the show that I've always wanted to use this extension of my movement for. You see, throughout my career, I've wanted to strengthen the visibility and ultimately the coffers of our beloved Black-owned businesses and nonprofits nationwide. And now that I reside here in LA, with the help of my partners, I get to launch this beautiful venture for Black Los Angeles in an effort to bolster Black LA. And I pray that you jump on board. And a side note for those wondering, because you're in my DMs, the radio show is entirely separate from this show. More on that very soon. Stay tuned. But first and foremost, let me give you a preview on how we will get down inside today's breakdown. First, I will bring you one of my patented opening monologues to set the tone for today's conversation. Next, I will introduce you to a segment entitled Connect the Community, a segment I've been doing for years and excited to bring to the Bolster Black California network, where we regularly visit multiple kings and queens all throughout the city to keep you informed on some of the important happenings inside Black LA, for us, by us. Next, we will usher in our first Bolster Black Business Bio with a young queen who has overcome tremendous odds over the past few years to become one of our city's community commerce champions, Miss Tonya Fairley of Strands Unlimited. And you don't want to miss her story, trust me. Next, we will unveil my patented high-energy Danny Morrison Media branded social promo that we've crafted for Queen Tonya Fairley that will provide additional information on how you can immerse yourselves within the world of Strands Unlimited. And lastly, my final pulse. Something to think about to send you on your way, which I will bring you at the tail end of every broadcast. Get it? Got it? Good. So without further ado, allow me to get this party started. The first official opening monologue of this brand new venture, because the word of the day today, kings and queens, is change. And what prompted me to bring you this subject matter within this opening monologue was a clip I saw a few days ago that was bubbling within the Black zeitgeist for days. Watch and listen to Dr. Jared Ball, a brilliant academic, political activist, and professor of communication studies and Africana Black studies at Morgan State University, go on a rant about why simply supporting Black businesses is not the silver bullet we think it is. Watch, listen, learn.
There's nothing wrong with supporting Black business. It's just not going to solve the problem of poverty and inequality and wealth. I tried to deal with this a little bit, but the short version is Black businesses target Black people. Black people don't have any money. From 1992 to 2012, Black people created 2 million plus businesses and the capture of the national sales revenue went down from a paltry 1% to like 0.3%. The point is that Black people can't create businesses in the sectors of the economy that generate real wealth. Black businesses don't have enough to hire many people. They don't have benefits. They're not paying people. In fact, most Black businesses pay people below the average national salary. And again, because and we see it all the time. This is why, and people get mad when they see these people, they get to a certain size and then they sell out, or they sell to the white business that buys them up. Well, that's ultimately what you want in the capitalist economy. That's the goal, to get big enough to a bigger, because you can't expand.
You can't expand? Interesting. Now, I don't mean to get off on a rant here, but with all due respect to Dr. Jared Ball, I believe he may be missing the forest through the trees here. but he's also failing to give credit to those who are there planting seeds. Proclaiming that supporting Black businesses won't solve the problems of poverty and equality is a misplaced red herring and doesn't belong within the topic of conversation. You see, the reason I created this show and this movement was to embolden the commerce within our communities with the assistance they need to succeed, which creates successful Black-owned businesses, which creates successful Black employees, which creates successful Black families, which creates successful Black generational wealth, which inspires the next generation of kings and queens to grab the torch and carry us forward. But here's the problem. Buckle up. If you'll all give me a little extra time and allow me to get dark for a second on my inaugural show, because I've said it 1,000 times to my people, so allow me to say it again one more time. I cram to understand how my beautiful Black people, my people, who I believed are the strongest people on earth, my people, whose ancestors were preyed upon by bands of slavers on the African countryside, stolen from their homes on the African continent, forced to board a ship, stripped of their belongings, branded, chained, and sent below decks, forced to travel for months through the Middle Passage, stacked in the same position like sardines, lying in their own blood and urine, and sold into a lifetime of hard labor, rape, and physical, mental, and emotional pain. My people, whose ancestors finally achieved our freedom in 1865, where it's estimated that upwards of 4 million Black people were given their freedom, finally, would watch a country that we had just built, by the way, enact Black slave codes, laws that required Black people to sign yearly labor contracts. If we refused, we risked being arrested, fined, and forced into unpaid labor, basically back into slavery. My people, who watched the torching of a blossoming Black community called Black Wall Street. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Over 2 terrifying days in the city of Tulsa back in 1921, based on a complete lie. Killing hundreds of beautiful kings and queens and burning down an entire generation of Black business owners and causing for the coffers of Black generational wealth for multiple Black families to go up in flames, literally and figuratively. My people, who witnessed the passing of Jim Crow laws, which mandated the segregation of public schools, public places, and public transportation, segregating restrooms, restaurants, and drinking fountains between white and Black people, keeping us separate but equal. They didn't even want to share a freaking water fountain or sit on a city bus next to us because they thought that we were subhuman and didn't belong in the same vicinity as them. My people, who witnessed us Black people being used as guinea pigs for the Tuskegee experiments. 1932 to 1972, a bunch of young brothers from Alabama were forced to suffer with untreated syphilis without their consent. It was known then as the Tuskegee Syphilis Study, and the government intentionally withheld the antidote away from those brothers even after the penicillin was invented. Why? They wanted to know what would happen when left untreated. My people, who are watching so-called patriots actively work to suppress voting rights in Black communities all over this country to disenfranchise us. Again, but 21st century style, with fake triots swallowing their whistles on what is arguably the most anti-American move one could make, taking away people's right to vote. And finally, my people. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Rayshard Brooks, Aura Rosser, Philando Castile, Alton Sterling, Freddie Gray, Janisha Fonville, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Tanisha Anderson. Say their names. Know their names. We've said their names. We know their names because they were all killed by law enforcement here in the United States. My people won't find the time to shop Black because Keisha, the cashier, got an attitude. Or because the local soul food spot ran out of lemonade on Thursday. Or because the large Sprite at the Black seafood place cost $1 more than the McDonald's down the street. Or because the local chicken spot didn't give you the option to choose flats or drums for your chicken wings. We have become conditioned to find a reason not to patronize Black businesses. For some reason, our businesses are always and unfairly guilty until proven innocent. When we all know If you've had a bad experience in the produce section at Vons, you'll still be back there buying your vegetables next week. If Domino's Pizza send you a cheese pizza instead of a pepperoni, you're still ordering a large pizza for the kids from Domino's that same weekend. Keep it real. And if a waitress has an attitude at your local Red Lobster, you'll charge it to the individual instead of the entire establishment. We give grace to everyone else that we would never give to ourselves. And I still cram to understand why. Is it self-hatred? Is it post-traumatic slave syndrome? Whatever it is, I am so disappointed in the fact that we can't get our crap together. So congratulations, America. You have succeeded. In the words of the underrated MC Ja Rule, we have been hustled, scammed, bamboozled, hoodwinked. You have actually forced us Black Americans to believe that we can't trust one another. Not only did you steal us from our homeland, but you also stole our willingness to bet on Black. I don't know what the hell Wesley Snipes was talking about in Passenger 57, because we Black people never bet on Black, all while having the nerve to shout Black Lives Matter at the same time. Here's to hoping that we learn to support Black-owned businesses far better starting today. And Dr. Jared Ball, the Black community must change. And that change must come from one direction, from within. And it will. So not only do I disagree with your sentiments, I also digress. But that's just me. And now it is time for our inaugural edition of Connect the Community on the Danny Morrison Media Show. Let's go.
It's time to connect the community. From Hyde Park to View Park to Leimert Park, keeping you informed on what's bubbling within the Black zeitgeist, all throughout Black LA, only on the Danny Morrison Media Show. Let's go.
Yeah, man, it's time for the inaugural entry of my patented Connect the Community segment. It's time to surround the county to find out what'll be popping in the neighborhood near you. And you know how we do. Kick things off, let's take you to Black LA. Check it.
Black LA.
You know, years ago, Denzel Washington was quoted as saying, "Show me a successful individual and I'll show you someone who had real positive influences in his or her life." I don't care what you do for a living. If you do it well, I'm sure there was someone cheering you or showing you the way. A mentor, end quote. Here. And continuing that belief system with her wonderful mentorship and empowerment program is a queen named Brit Morris. She is the founder and CEO of the Morris Young Legacy House Incorporated. How are you doing, queen, huh?
I'm doing well, Danny. Thank you so much for having me.
You know I had to have you on the inaugural broadcast. You know how we get down. Brit, do me a favor. Give me a synopsis for my audience to let them know what the Morris Young Legacy House Incorporated is all about.
Well, the Morris Young Legacy House Incorporated, otherwise known as My Legacy House, we're a 501c3 nonprofit that provides free holistic mental health and social services to LA County. Shout out Black LA. We are definitely providing mentorship free of charge, as well as therapy, physical fitness training, and life coaching to our enrollees of our amazing free programming.
And they're doing an amazing job of it. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I was excited to learn about your upcoming My Queens and Warriors Mentorship and Empowerment Program. Right up my alley. Break it all down, Brit.
So basically, you go to our website or our Instagram page, and you just let us know that you're interested in the program. What we do is we partner you with a mentor, a peer mentor, who walks with you for 1 year while you overcome a setback, achieve a goal, or otherwise just have an accountability partner. And during that 1 year, we give you free therapy from our mental health service provider partners and our nationally certified physical fitness trainers.
Love it. Now tell my audience where to go for more information. I'm talking websites, socials, email, phone number, or otherwise.
Absolutely. Definitely go to mylegacyhouse.org. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, My Legacy House LA, and just chat it up with us. We'll definitely get right back to you and figure out how we can walk with you on building your most holistic, productive life.
That's the My Queens and Warriors Mentorship and Empowerment Program. Free programs offering free peer mentorship, free therapy, free fitness training, and life coaching. Enrollment and onboarding for volunteers and interns are ongoing. Visit mylegacyhouse.org mylegacyhouse.org for more information, or send an email, info@mylegacyhouse.org. Use the subject line, Danny Mo. I love that, by the way, Queen. And that is Brit Morris, founder and CEO of the Morris Young Legacy House Incorporated, facilitating a healthy and productive environment free from crisis and harm for present and future generations of Los Angeles County. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Danny.
To Leimert Park.
Now let's go to Leimert Park to talk to one of the kings within our community. And when I say king, I mean it in every sense of the word with this man. He is the co-founder of the Africatown Coalition and liberator, organizer, protector, and provider of Black Los Angeles. And he is here to talk about the wonderful gathering that occurs every weekend in the legendary Leimert Park. Ladies and gentlemen, BillionGodSun. How you doing, King?
Man, greetings. How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. I was excited to know that you were going to be on my inaugural broadcast. Now, you got to let my audience members know. I know you well, but let my audience members know who may be unaware and don't know about the greatness of the Africatown enterprise. Tell them all about it.
Well, we came together in 2016 in response to a lot of the police killings that were happening. We wanted to have a more proactive stance, attempt to limit those from happening. But while we were out there, we looked around and noticed our people were starting to pile up on the streets homeless. So we began mutual aid, housing, food programs. We got more involved in efforts to push back against gentrification. And that's actually why we rebranded and renamed Leimert Park Africatown. Walter Leimert, who designed the area, was actually a racist who had covenants to keep us out. And in 1948, when the Supreme Court basically said you can no longer use covenants, is when our ancestors began to move into and take over the area. And in the last 30 years or so, especially, we have really made it a cultural hub for Black LA, especially on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. We have made a weekly community to where you can come out and hear African drumming. You can come out and see a number of independent Black vendors, hip hop acts. You know, the area is just real rich in culture, whether it be jazz, hip hop, fashion, whatever. And we're really trying to secure this area to make sure as we lose a lot of other territory in Los Angeles, we at least hold on to this one specific area.
All good all the time. I'm telling y'all, I've been out there at that gathering in Leimert Park a bunch of times, purchased a number of goods when I was out there too. How often do you folks do that out there? Is that a weekly thing? Is that a bi-weekly thing? How often are you out there in Leimert Park?
Well, it's pretty much weekly, even as it's cold. Pretty much the only days it won't happen on the weekends is when it's just raining super heavy. But pretty much every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, folks can come out and enjoy being around our people. And it's also where we have a number of major events like Juneteenth, King Day. In December now, we're having an annual, we have both a snow day, but also a Christmas in the park. So it's really where, you know, if nothing else you can find in LA and you want to find Black people, make sure you come to Africatown.
It's fire, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Make no mistake. Billion, please tell my audience where to go for more information. Give me a website, socials, email, phone number, or otherwise, King.
Well, right now we are restructuring our website, but you can find us on Instagram with Africatown Enterprise, or our more grassroots work is on Africatown Coalition, on YouTube with Africatown Coalition, and on Facebook we have Africatown Enterprise page, and we also have an Africatown group page.
That is the Africatown Enterprise in Leimert Park every single weekend, and that is BillionGodSun, co-founder of the Africatown Coalition and liberator, organizer, protector, and provider of Black Los Angeles. Thank you, King. I appreciate your time. I'll be in touch, okay?
Danny, thank you. We appreciate you, and we're looking forward to hearing you.
Black LA.
Now let's take things on out to Pasadena area, where King has managed to take the game of basketball and used it to inspire, enrich, and empower a number of young people. His name is Deverion Mackey. He's the founder of the Because We Care basketball program, also known as BWC Hoopz. How you doing, King?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Fantastic, especially since I looked your program up and I looked you up and I said, I am all in and all surprised at just how great this entire program is. BWC Hoopz with a Z. Love the name, love the concept. Tell my audience why you launched this inspirational program that packs a lot of passion and heart.
Well, when God gives you a vision, you just got to listen to it, or you can decide to ignore it. And for me, he gave me this vision in my dream, and I decided to follow it. I didn't know where to start, so I just started with 2 kids 7 years ago. Now having 54 kids in a program and having 2 AAU teams, definitely just continuing to grow and manifest. And I'm doing it all just, to fulfill my calling and my purpose down here, and my self-servicing youth for so many years. This is where my heart is. I played myself, so now it's my turn to pour back and empower the next generation.
From your lips to God's ears, that is everything I love. Now, as I understand it, you and your team are working to gather resources to take those kids on the excursion of their lives and have been fundraising to get the job done. Tell us all about it, D.
Yeah, so, me and my partner, we decided to stretch things this year in 2024. We played our teams in AAU circuit around LA County, a lot of local tournaments. We recently just won our first national tournament this past year in 2023 in Las Vegas at the Jam On It Classic. And, lately we've been right back at home, but we decided to take the kids to Hawaii to give them an experience that they never got before. Many of our kids have never been there, so this is going to be many of their first time experience. So, it is more expensive when you travel further out the state. So, it's almost about $680 a kid. So we're fundraising. We're doing barbecue plate sales. We're going to be fundraising once a month all the way up until April, until it's time to go out there and have this great experience with the kids. We're taking donations if organizations wish to donate. We're going to just keep on trying to collect to give these kids a great experience.
And we will do our part to assist. Now, D, come on now. Here's your moment right now. Tell my audience where to go for more information, website, socials, email, phone number, Cash App, GoFundMe, or otherwise. Let them know.
Yeah, if you wish to donate or just support, get in contact with us, you can follow us on social media, on Instagram at BWC Hoopz, and that's Hoopz with a Z at the end and not an S. To follow us, BWCHoopz.com.
That is the BWC Hawaii fundraiser taking place live. Help them continue their God-given mission to provide a positive and encouraging environment to inspire, teach, and develop the necessary ethic and discipline needed to achieve success on and off the court. And that is Deverion Mackey, founder of the Because We Care basketball program, also known as BWC Hoopz with a Z. God bless you, friend. I appreciate your time.
Man, thank you for having me.
That was your Connect the Community segment, a tentacle of the Bolster Black California Network. For more information, follow Danny Morrison on all socials at Danny Mo Show or by email at dannymoshow@gmail.com. Bolstering Black LA, one king and queen at a time.
She is a certified speaker, trainer, and coach, 4-time Amazon best-selling author, founder of Strandz Hair Studio, Strandz Unlimited, Elite Talent, and My Tax Biz. As a transformational business trainer and coach, Tonya has transformed the businesses of entrepreneurs and corporations, helping them scale both financially and increase productivity of their human assets. With 30 years of business and people development behind her, she enjoys seeing everyone who works with her win. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Danny Morrison Media Show. A woman that I've known for a long time, Miss Tonya Fairley. How you doing, Queen?
Hello. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you on the first one on the brand new and improved Danny Morrison Media Show. Let's just get this started. I like to ask every single one of my guests when they come on an icebreaker question. What is your 25th letter? What is your why? Why do you do everything that you do?
I am such a people person. I love to see people win. And for me, it's important to give back a piece of myself, a part that wasn't given to me. Everything I do is because I've worked hard for it. And I want people who have had my background or something similar to know that you are not your circumstance. Your circumstances are a building block, and you are the author and finisher of your story.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, I know your story, but a lot of my viewers and listeners may not. You had a pretty difficult journey growing up. Give us a little short synopsis on some of the things you had to struggle with.
Well, I was, born to drug-addicted parents. So I ended up in being abused, foster care, homeless, and just really had to figure things out at a very, very early age. And so when I say that nothing has ever been given to me, that I've worked hard for everything, every business that I've built, I've had some great mentors along the way. But in the scheme of things, I've had to figure it out, learn it, pay for it, scale it, pitfalls, the whole thing I've done. So that in itself has just allowed me the strength and the courage to keep going and to let people know that, like I said, no matter your circumstances, if you want to build that 6-figure, 7-figure business, you can do it. May not be easy, but you can do it.
Absolutely fantastic. And you've done a fantastic job doing it. Now, you mentioned business multiple times in that answer. I want to know, when was the moment you knew, when you pinpointed the specific moment when you wanted to jump into business for yourself?
Oh, shoot. I think I was in the 9th, 10th grade. High school. I was cutting girls' hair in high school.
Wow. You were an entrepreneur even way back then, huh?
My senior year, I think I cut about 5 or 6 of my friends' hair that year. I did my own hair for my senior year, pictures. And at that moment, I knew it. It wasn't until later in life that I got the opportunity to go full-fledged. But I've definitely been an entrepreneur. Even when I had a full-time job, I had a side hustle.
Wow.
I was doing taxes, hair, travel business.
Well, it looks like you've worked your way out of that and you're doing very well for yourself. Look at you. You got multiple businesses going, but you also mentioned pitfalls, though. And that's kind of one of the things we've been talking about on the show today. It's kind of tough out there, but give me 1 or 2 pitfalls that you had to try and overcome while you've been on your business journey.
I think the biggest pitfall was understanding what it means to ask for help, need help, and actually get help. And that help also translates to support. Ask for support, get support, and need support. And really figuring that out and understanding that everybody who starts a journey with you is not going to be the people who end it with you.
Preach.
Those of who you think that you are going to go on a journey with, sometimes they fall off because they don't see the vision. God gives you your vision, right? He don't give it to everybody else. So if you are in line, and I say God, but to whoever your spiritual father, your spiritual mentor is, you get that implanted into yourself. So however you get that, it's up to you to make it manifest. And everybody doesn't see that vision, so everybody can't support it. As a matter of fact, you'll find more people in your inner circle that don't support it. It's usually, I think I went to a Steve Harvey event one year, and he had said, write down the first 10 people that you think should be supporting or would support you. And then it was tear that list up and get 10 more. Mm-hmm. Tear that list up and get 10 more. I didn't know 30 people at the time. So I was screwed, right? I was like, well, I guess I'm on this journey by myself. But just the support was the toughest battle I had to overcome. And now I'm at a place where I understand what I need and I understand who fits and who doesn't. And it's okay if I'm not for you, because I'm not for everybody. And so I had to understand that I'm not going to be for everybody. People who I grew up with will not be the first to support you. As a matter of fact, they might send people to you, but they're not going to be the ones to actually support you. So yes, that journey was a tough one to understand and learn.
I'm ready to pass the offering plate around because you are preaching up in here today, is all I got to say. Wow. Okay, so you spoke about pitfalls and dangers and such. Now tell me about successes. Give me your first major success when you knew that you were on your way.
Wow. The first major one was when I opened up my very first salon. When I opened up my very first salon, I left my salon that I was working in. My mentor at the time, Kathy Schreepermong, she made sure when I opened up my first salon, not only was it going to be successful, but I opened my first salon being a 6-figure stylist. And that is unheard of. So that right there I said, okay, if I can do this and repeat this, then I can help somebody else do the same thing. And it doesn't matter in what world, the system was the same. So as I started to, I opened up my second salon, and then the beauty supplies came, and everything that I touched for a long period of time became 6-figure businesses. And I made sure that every journey that I took someone along with me. And to watch them become 6-figure stylists. And right now, I think I'm on my 11th stylist that I've trained to become a 6-figure stylist. 3 of the 11 have their own product line like I do. It's just that alone is just so rewarding. So rewarding, because it's not about me.
Right.
You know, it's not about me. And then to look back at the people who I may not have physically touched, but to see someone who has supported me from the beginning, whether they're sharing my posts, liking my posts, sending people to me, I'm doing the same thing to the other people and teaching them how to garner support that's meant for you, because you're not meant for everyone. So yeah, so between that and the beauty supplies was my biggest, outside of my kids is my biggest flex, as they say.
Go on, pop your collar in, go ahead, shoot. All right, so we're gonna debut your social promo that I'm excited to show people what you're all about and where to go get your product and so on and so forth. But before we do that, tell them what they need to know from your own mouth. Give me your address, your socials, phone number. What do you want the people to know, how they can get in contact with you and get involved with Strandz Unlimited?
So outside of Strandz Unlimited, I love to teach people how to get to the next level. Whether you're 5 figures, you want to get to 6 to get to 7. And I'm so proud to be able to say that I've lived it and done it. So I'm one of those, you can reach me directly. My phone number is 909-728-3485. You could email me at info@Tonya, that's Tonya, Fairley, FAIRLEY.com. My social media is Tonya Fairley for Facebook and TS Fairley for Instagram.
Tonya Fairley, Strandz Unlimited. We're about to debut your social promo. I want to say thank you so much. Congratulations. I appreciate your time, and we cannot wait to find out more about everything that you are involved with. And thanks for helping us bolster Black LA, Queen.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And now here is the debut of our first Bolster Black LA social promo, Tonya Fairley with Strandz Unlimited. Check it out. What's up, y'all? Danny Morrison. Have you heard about one of the fastest growing Black-owned hair care conglomerates in Los Angeles County? Allow me to put you up on game. It's called Strandz Unlimited, a product line created to give your hair unlimited potential. In addition, to allow clients to gain their confidence back by defining, moisturizing, and taming their natural curls. And the best part is, Strandz Unlimited is owned and operated by this Black Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you Tonya Fairley.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tonya Fairley, and I am the CEO and founder of Strandz Unlimited, Strandz Hair Studio, Strandz Unlimited Beauty Supply, and Root Success Coaching.
Wow, that's a queen with a dream realized right there. So tell them how you are more than a business success story. You're an inspirational one as well.
Well, Danny, I went from being a physically abused foster child to becoming a successful entrepreneur. My main goal for creating both the hair care line and opening the beauty supplies is for little girls and women who have been in the foster system that may feel hopeless, or ones who never thought they could be successful, that they would see my journey as a beacon of light to show them that you can be anything you want to be and do anything you put your mind to do.
Beautiful story, beautiful soul. So Tonya, after all that you've been through, what exactly is it that keeps you going?
My desire to succeed is greater than my fear of failure. Being raised in a foster home and not having guidance on how to build a business only made me want more, and as a result, made me want to do more. Plus, as a wife and a mother, I never wanted my children to be stuck in a cycle of generational poverty.
Well, it's safe to say that she has succeeded in her journey, right? And check this out. Strandz Unlimited has been featured in Vogue magazine and won second place in the national pitch contest for Afro Sheen. And she's breaking barriers on her journey as well. Strandz Unlimited Beauty Supply is the first Black-owned beauty supply in Covina, California. So tell them how to contact you, Queen.
You can contact me, Tonya Fairley, by email at mrstsfairley@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Facebook at Tonya Fairley and on Instagram at TS Fairley or at Strandz Unlimited
or even at Strandz Beauty Supply. You can simply give me a call at 626-535-3137.
Tonya Fairley has her own Black-owned brand.
And Strands Unlimited is blowing up due to popular demand.
For more information, visit her inspirational website at TonyaFairley.com.
Or feel free to buy Black today at StrandsUnlimited.com.
Much love to Tonya Fairley of Strands Unlimited for coming on to the Danny Morrison Media Show to tell you all about how she is cultivating the culture from her corner of the world. Who's next? Find out on future episodes for sure. And my final post today is one simple phrase, which just so happens to be a song title from one of the greatest singers of all time. A Sam Cooke staple, a change is gonna come. A change is gonna come. Now, I don't claim to have all the answers, and I definitely would never assume that my content is the solution to all of our problems here in Black LA. But I do know that as long as we continue to fight for one another and believe in one another, God will commandeer our culture and take us as far as we need to go. That is what I know. And I will do my part, I promise. That's the first episode of the Danny Morrison Media Show, the new and improved inaugural Danny Morrison Media Show. Good luck, God bless, gone. And I'll see you next time. Peace, be good.